Mandy's first action this round is going to have to be about taking care of some business. Her health and her sanity are both kind of low. Her health's only at 2, you guys. So we're doing a rest action for her first one, and then she will travel for her second action. I'm going to have her travel up here to go ahead and encounter that cultist. Because if we can take that cultist out, we have a clue to spend, so we can do 1/4 of our next mystery. For Leo's turn, the first thing we're going to do is a travel action. And we're going to travel right over to here. Then we're going to spend 1 ship ticket to move to San Francisco. And another ship ticket to move over here to this space so we can encounter our rumor. We do need to get rid of that. Leo's second action is simply going to be to gain a focus token. Trish's first action, we'll go ahead and grab a ship ticket so we can have it for future turns. And then we'll go ahead and move up to this space so we can encounter that cultist beast as well. Norman's going to take advantage of this uncharted path and move himself over here to the Sahara Desert. And then he's going to do an action on one of the cards he got, the Poison Mist. The Poison Mist states, action, test your lore +1. Our lore is 3 + 2, which is 5, +1 is 6. If you pass, discard monsters from your space with the total toughness equal to or less than your test result. So we need to get 3 successes here to take out the cultist. Out of 6 dice, that might be a little tight, but let's give it a shot. This might be stretching it a little bit, you guys, but come on, 3 successes, we can do it. And we have 1, 2, and 3. Yes! The cultists themselves don't actually have any of their stats printed on them because they'll all be different depending upon the ancient one you're fighting. This card, Abba's card, shows us that a cultist has 3 toughness or 3 health. We had 3 successes. We just took the cultist out. Now we're going to spend the 1 clue that we have so that we can put one of our 4 Eldritch tokens onto the mystery. That's a bit of an unconventional way to do that. Normally you have to encounter them, but hey, Norman is an unconventional kind of guy. However, now the Poison Mist, we need to flip the card. Let's see what happens. We got 2 plus successes, so it says, the poisonous cloud lingers, decaying the flesh of those unfortunate enough to become lost in it, including ourselves. Each monster remaining on your space loses 1 health. No, not us. Awesome! And what's great is it says, then flip this card, so we get to keep this. Cool. Moving to the encounter step, since Mandy is in a location with a cultist, she has to encounter it. Now, unlike regular monsters, when you encounter a cultist against the abbot, you have to draw a random card from his special encounter deck, and we're going to encounter this. Now, this is not considered a combat encounter, and so that means even if we defeat this cultist, we cannot continue to do an encounter on that space. Normally, you can do that when you defeat a monster, but I confirm that is not the case here, and anything that gives us benefits for a combat encounter, we cannot use on this. Let's flip the card. You recognize the Fetid Abomination and its hundreds of whirling limbs as the beast that has been kidnapping people from a nearby community. You attempt to invoke a ritual that will bind the beast and force it to take you to its victims. So we're going to be testing our lore, which is 3 plus Eric Weiss, 4 total. We have ourselves the 4 dice. Let's see. And no successes. I have a clue, but I don't think I'm going to use it to reroll. Unaffected, the beast turns its attention toward you. Uh-oh. And we're using our strength, which is a 1. If you pass, the monster loses 2 health. If you fail, it escapes with its victims in tow, and the relatives of the abducted men and women blame you for the failure. Then you have to impair your influence. And I get to roll 1 die. It had to be strength. It couldn't be any of our other skills. Come on, 1 die. Yes! That is a 5. We're okay. Okay, we did 2 damage to the cultist monster, not 3, so I'm just going to place 2 damage tokens on that cultist, but he's still there. Leo is going to go ahead and encounter this rumor. So in order to do that, we're going to try and complete an otherworld encounter, and if we can close that gate in the otherworld encounter, we've closed this rumor. Through the slits in the closet door, you see yourself as a small child, sitting up in bed. "Who's there?" asks a frightened voice. You try to calmly persuade your younger self that you're a friend. Influence -1. Our influence is 2. Add 1 because of the personal assistant. -1, so we're rolling 2 dice, but we do get a reroll thanks to the personal assistant. We'll go ahead and grab our 2 dice for this encounter. We'll give them a roll, a 5. Awesome. Okay, that will work. We have completed the first part of the Other Worlds adventure. The child calms down, but eyes you suspiciously. Listen carefully to what I say, you tell yourself. It might save your life. You may become delayed to gain 2 clues. Whether you become delayed or not, close this gate. Sweet. So we definitely complete this rumor, and I'm going to go for the 2 clues. It's great to get 2 clues. Yeah, we're delayed. I'll just lay myself down on my side, and we will not do anything on our action phase next time. But 2 clues, I'll take it. Trish will go ahead and encounter the cultist at her space, and she has an acrid stench permeates the air as the slithering spawn regards you with 16 dark red eyes, blinking in unison. You realize that the eyes are having a sophoric effect on you and try to resist the urge to drift into a peaceful slumber. Ooh, our will is only 2. Okay, 2 dice worked for Leo. Let's see if it works for Trish. No, it doesn't. Okay, so we're going to use 1 of our focuses to reroll. We have 2. Come on. You! Oh my gosh. Okay, that'll work. You shake off the drowsiness and begin circling the beast, searching for an opportunity to advance. We're going to test our observation, which is 4 for her. That's nice. If you pass, you sense a momentary weakness and strike. This monster loses 3 health. If you fail, you begin to tire after a lengthy battle, lose 1 health, and this monster loses 1 health. So we've at least will do 1 point of damage, but if with 4 dice, I think we can get 1 success, and I still have another focus. Come on, 4 dice, give it to me. Oh yeah, we take out that cultist beast. We'll drop that cultist here and then place our next Eldritch token here because we will spend our final clue to go ahead and put 2 out of our 4 Eldritch tokens here. We're already halfway done with that mystery. That's awesome. Norman's going to go ahead and do an encounter at the Sahara Desert. Jackals are tracking a stranger across the desert. Gain 1 random ally asset from the deck. Cool. You try to drive the beast off. We'll do a strength test -1. Our strength is 2, so that puts us down to a 1. If you pass, they run before they get the stranger's backpack. Okay, cool. Gain 1 relic, unique asset. If you fail, you get hurt instead, lose 1 health. Apparently, it's a conspiracy theorist out in the Sahara Desert, and his backpack could be stolen. That's totally thematic. Look at his ability. Gain +2 observation during research encounters. That would put his observation at a 5. That's sweet. And it has an ability that whenever we see the reckoning symbol, you roll a die, and on a 4, 5, and 6, we just gain a clue. Cool. Come on, 1 die. Give me a 5 or a 6 or a 4. Yeah, I don't even have anything that I can do to reroll that. So, could use sanity, but I only have 2 sanity. No way. Yeah, I'm just going to use a point of damage, a point of health. I still have 3 left, and that's it for that. Now what we can do is, since we've resolved an encounter in our location, we can attempt to track the museum thief. That is done by doing observation test -1. Unfortunately, our conspiracy theorist won't help us with that because that's not a research encounter. So normally we'd roll 3 dice, -1 is 2. So we're rolling 2 dice here. So we'll grab these. Come on. Now this I might pay a sanity if I don't get a success. I did. I got a success right there. That's a 6. We gained an artifact for that. So we grabbed the Glass of Mortland. Each 6 you roll when resolving a spell effect counts as 2 successes, which is sweet. You may prevent the loss of 1 sanity when resolving your spell effects. Also sweet. We'll now move to part 4 of the adventure, Proof of Innocence. The thief is apprehended. All that remains now is to bring him to the police in Cairo and return the talisman to the museum. That done, Erich's name will be in the clear. When this card enters play, place the adventure token on Cairo. When this adventure is completed, advance the active mystery by 2. Cool, so that'll help us with the mystery that we're trying to solve. That is so cool. After an investigator resolves a location encounter in Cairo, he may turn over the museum thief to the authorities and prove Eric's innocence. If he has Eric Weiss's unique asset, complete this adventure. So we have to have Mandy do it because Mandy has Eric Weiss, and she is not close to Cairo. Bummer. That'll end the encounter phase. We're now going to move to the Mythos phase. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the Omen track. Then we're going to have our Reckoning, and then we're spawning yet another gate. The Omen track will move to the blue symbol. Right now we have Cairo, which is green, and the Himalayas, which are red. So we don't have to worry about anything there. Now we're going to have to do the Reckoning step. I think I only have 2 cards out with the Reckoning step, or the Reckoning action. One is Abath himself. We'll just grab one of the cultists, and we have to put him out in one of the spaces that is considered wilderness, and it doesn't have a cultist in it already. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put that cultist right where Trish is, because Trish, as an action, can gain a clue, and we may be able to even take this cultist out next time and get our 3rd Eldritch token. Then we have our Conspiracy Theorist. If we roll a 4, 5, or 6, yes, we did, Norman gains a clue. Awesome. And finally, we're going to spawn a gate in Antarctica, and we're going to put this Loinger there in that location. Now that you know what to look for, you see them all around you. The man pretending to be asleep on the bench. The woman watching you in the reflection of a tobacconist's shop. The trio who have been following you since you left the station. They've been tracking you and your every move. So we have eyes everywhere. Each investigator rolls 1 die and resolves the matching effect. 1 to 2, we lose 2 health and 2 sanity. That could kill some of our, oh my gosh, that could kill some of our investigators. That'd be terrible. 3 through 5, a monster ambushes you. 6, no effect. Okay, we'll go ahead and start with Mandy. Mandy will get a 5, which means a monster is going to ambush her. So we'll grab this one. Okay, let's read it. This doesn't look too bad. So it says if you defeat this monster during a combat encounter, you may gain a Dark Pact condition to discard 1 monster from any space. Kind of cool. She is going to have to first start by doing a will test. As long as we get as many or more successes as what's noted here, we don't lose any sanity. Sanity is not the problem that I'm worried about, though. Her health, she only has 2 health, you guys, and this could kill her. Rolling 3 dice. Come on, just need 1 success. We've got our 1 success. We're good. Okay, now, before we start doing our combat test, because now we're actually doing a combat test, which, by the way, is strength -2. Our strength is 1, so we have to at least be able to roll 1 die. We do have our Wither, though. When resolving a combat encounter, you may test your lore if you pass, gain +3 strength during that round. So our strength would be 4 then. 1 + 3 is 4, but then we'd still subtract 2 from that, so it'd only be 2. But I think that's better than rolling 1 die. Yeah, I mean, we've got to do it. And we'll have to flip this to see what happens. So our lore is 3. Let's see what we get. We just need a success here. Oh, we've got a 6. The spell compacts and twists the target's body. Lose 1 sanity. We don't really want to see that, right? So that's why we're losing some sanity. That's okay. We still have 3 sanity left. I'm all right. 2 health, though, is what I'm worried about. So we're adding +3 strength. +1 is 4. -2 is 2. 2 dice here for this next roll. And come on. Oh, 2 4s. So that would actually kill us. So I'm definitely going to use our clue for a reroll, and I'm going to use the magnifying glass. So when we use a clue to reroll, we can actually reroll both dice. Yeah. Come on. Come on. We can do this. We just need 1, 5, or 6 with 2 dice. Mandy, don't die. Boom! 2 successes. That actually would mean we did 2 points of damage to this guy and took him out. So normally with an ambush, all you do after this is just throw the monster back in the cup. But if we do defeat it, because we do have 2 points of damage and its health is 2. So we blocked his 2 points of damage and effectively hit him for 2 with that roll. That was awesome. We could gain a dart pack to discard another monster. That's not worth it, though, because there aren't a ton of monsters out. I don't want dart packs. They're terrible. So we're just going to end it. We'll put this guy back into our bowl. We're now going to roll for Leo, and he gets a 2. So he's going to lose 2 health and 2 sanity. That's actually okay. He's got enough to spare. So he will, from that, he'll have 2 health left. Actually, 2 health and 2 sanity left. That's what he'll have left. We'll go ahead and do Trish. Come on. Come on, Trish. That's a 4. So she's also going to be attacked by a monster. Her monster will be this guy. It's actually very similar to the other one. For this one, we have a will test of 2, and then we're still subtracting 2 from our strength when we attack, but it only does 1 point of damage, and 2 health. So we might actually even take this one out. And if we do, we can recover 1 sanity. Plus, we have the Sword of St. Jerome. She's like, bring it on. She has a will then of 4 instead of 2, and then her combat will be 8. 5 plus 3 is 8, minus 2 is 6, so she'll still roll 6 dice for the combat, 4 dice for the willpower. Yeah, she is a killing machine. Oh, and if she defeats the monster, let's get some sanity back. 4 dice, looking for 2 successes if we can. We didn't get any successes. All 2s, you guys. I have enough sanity. I'll take, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm going to take the 2 sanity hit. I think that means we'll have 2 sanity left. Yep, I confirmed we'll have 2 sanity left. Ooh. Okay, now we're going to try and attack this guy. So apparently we weren't ready mentally, but we are going to roll 6 dice. 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6. Yep. 6 dice. We're just looking for at least 1 success. If we get 2, we get to recover 1 sanity. Oh yeah, look at this. 1, 2, 3 successes. That's more than enough to block the point of damage, and we get to do 3 points of damage to it. We'll recover 1 of those sanity back, so we'll go back to having 3 sanity. Cool. So he freaked us out a little bit, and then we killed him. Awesome. Now we're going to roll for Norman. 6. No effect. Thank you very much. That certainly felt like a solid round. We got 2 out of the 4 Eldritch tokens that we need. It looks like Trish might be able to get the next one, although she has no clues. Oh yeah, that's right. She can spend her action to get one, which is awesome. And Mandy's there. Oh, she doesn't have a clue anymore because she used it to reroll. Oh, bummer. So she's not going to want to take that cultist out. Oh, I thought we could maybe finish that this next round. So that's not going to happen. Okay, regardless, we've got at least 1 more Eldritch token on the way. Let's jump into the next round. Mandy only has 2 health left. So I think what we'll do is we'll spend a travel action to move away from that cultist, and then we're going to rest so we can gain 3, so we'll have 3 health and 4 sanity. For Leo's turn, nice and simple. He's going to stand right back up. Trish is over here ready to rock. I think what we're going to do is gain ourselves 1 focus token for the first action, and our second action, we'll grab a railroad ticket because we can do that because of where we are. So we've got 1 railroad and a focus token for some rerolls. Oh wait, that's not what we want to do. We want to do our action. So instead of the railroad, our action is if you do not have any clues, gain a clue, because we need a clue when we take out that cultist. Perfect. So we have the clue. Norman over here is going to rest. That way he'll have 3 sanity and 4 health. Then his second action, which actually isn't an action yet, he's going to use the local path here to move to space 10. And you know what's on space 10? A cultist. So why not try the poison mist again? Let's do it. This is our lore +1, so we're rolling 6 dice. And remember, 6s count as 2 successes. Yeah, he's going to be pretty powerful with this poison mist. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total successes. That will be more than enough to take out this cultist. And we know from the back of the poison mist card, it simply states all other monsters will lose 1 health in our space. There aren't any there. That's okay. We're then going to spend the clue token here to place our 3rd out of our 4 Eldritch tokens onto the active mystery. 1 more, and hopefully Trish can get it. We've all completed our actions, so moving to the encounter step, we'll go ahead and start with Mandy. Mandy's in Arkham, and she's going to do an Arkham Encounter. You find arcane symbols at the Miskatonic University Administration Building. Gain 1 non-ritual spell. Oh, non-ritual. We found the healing words. When an investigator on your space performs a rest action, you may test your lore. If you pass, that investigator recovers 1 additional health and 1 additional sanity. Whoa, that is super, super cool. The Dean fears that they portend a disaster, and you try to ritually remove them. So we have lore -1. Our lore is 3 + 1 because of Eric, so that's 4. -1 puts us back down to 3. If you fail, you suffer. The results impair. Oh, man. Well, impairing our strength wouldn't do anything because our strength's at 1. But I like my observation at 4. So we're rolling 3 dice here. Looking for just 1 success out of 3? No. Really? I don't have anything to reroll. I don't. Oh, we're going to have to impair, I guess, just our observation. So our observation is going to go from a 4 down to a 3. Our strength doesn't get affected because it's already a 1. Leo is currently at sea, so we're going to draw our first general encounter. I think this is our first one we've had this whole game. And since we're in a sea space, we read this. You find the floating detritus? I don't know, of some sunken ship and search for any survivors or salvageable objects. Our observation is 3 + 1 because of the treasure hunter, so 4, and we get a reroll. If you pass, you discover a floating trunk and gain 1 artifact. If you fail, you waste hours without results. We could become delayed again. Well, we get 4 dice with a reroll. We even have a focus. We're going to get an artifact here. I guess I should say I really hope we're going to get an artifact here. Oh, wow. Those are all fails. Oh, man. Did I have to say this? Okay, we are going to use the reroll. I am not going to get delayed again. Okay. We've got 2 clues. Let me use 1. Yeah, let's use 1 for a reroll. Okay, there we go. There's a 6. Was the artifact worth that? Probably not, but not being delayed, I think, is worth it, because being delayed sucks. Oh, man, you guys, in the Arkham Horror LCG, the lightning gun is awesome, and this is no exception. Gain +6 when resolving a combat encounter, and you can just take an action for you and the monster will lose 1 health. Sweet. That was definitely worth a clue and a focus. Trish is going to encounter that cultist, hoping we can defeat him, and that will get us our 4th Eldritch token. The undulating abomination flees at the sight of you, leaving smoking trails of acrid slime and filth in its wake. You resolve to find it before it can retreat to its subterranean abode, but its trail is evaporating at an alarming rate. You must track it quickly. We're testing our observation. Our observation is 4. We do have a focus if we need it. We don't need it. Look at that. You discover the beast idly devouring its own appendages out of hunger and try to slay it before it's aware of your presence. We're using our strength, which is a 3. That's not bad. If you pass, the monster loses 3 health. If you fail, it lashes out at you with its barbed limbs. Lose 2 health unless you discard an ally asset. 3 dice with at least 1 reroll. And we got the 5 with 2 1s. That is great. So that means that this cultist is toast, Cultist Abomination. And here's our clue for our 4th and final Eldritch token. Sweet. Norman's out in the wilderness. He just killed that cultist, and now he's in the middle of nowhere. He finds some random farmers. And the farmers do not like strangers, but you try to earn their trust. So he uses his influence +1 because he did improve it, so it's a 2. If you pass, they share tales from generations ago. Gain 1 treasure map unique asset and 1 task unique asset. If you fail, the tales they tell you are nothing but lies that hinder your investigation, impair your observation. Oh, please, farmers, don't be lying at me. Don't be lying at me, right? You don't want, yes, look at that, a 5. Awesome. Oh boy, you guys, this is so cool. So we've got invoke the elements for our task. When you perform a rest action, you may attempt to call upon the arcane energies of the world. Test our lore. Our lore's 5. Awesome. If you pass, place 1 Eldritch token on this card, then you may flip it. Cool. But our treasure map, when you gain this from the deck, place 1 random clue on here. So I have a clue here. That's number 9. Okay. After resolving a location encounter or an expedition encounter on that space, flip this card. It's a treasure map. I want to see what's on the other side. I love it. So you guys, I was super excited. You know what space 9 is? Because we're on space 10, so I thought it would be close. But space 9 has a cultist with the 2 damage on it right by Mandy. It's kind of far away. 1, 2, that's 3 spaces away, and we'd have to defeat a cultist. I don't know. Maybe it'll be worth it. We'll have to decide. So first things first, we have the Omen Tracker move. Then we're going to have a monster spawn, and then we're placing out 2 clues. I'll do that right now just so you guys can see. The 2 clues are going to be in location 13 and in London. We're going to move the Omen Tracker to the green space. We have 1 green gate. That's the one in Cairo. So that means we're going to push the Doom up 1 space. We're going to go from 13 to 12. I mean, the Doom has not been a problem in this game. We are, though, spawning 2 monsters on each of these gates, though. That is going to really hurt us because it's going to be hard to get rid of them. Okay, so we have a vampire and a skeleton there. In the Himalayas, we're going to have a Gug. What a name. And our other one is going to be a ghoul. It's not terrible. And then Cairo, way over there, we're going to have a fire vampire. That sounds crazy. And a warlock. Ugh. You had told everyone the parchment was undecipherable, but you were lying. You knew the ritual necessary to summon and bind the dark power. You could strike a bargain with it. The situation is desperate, but you know that a solution is within your power. But what will it ask of you? What will it ask of you in return? I can't read. We have a proposition. The lead investigator may gain a dark, pact condition to immediately resolve 1 rumor mythos in play. There's no rumor mythos out. We should be getting one soon, probably in the next card or 2. But yeah, so we're not going to do that. This is definitely an easy one. You can see that. So I will take that. We've defeated 4 cultist monsters. We have completed the spawn of uncleanliness. Let's see what our next one is. And we have the Child of Abath. From the moment its twisted limbs and misshapen body left the bubbling pit deep in the cavern of Yaqua, its only desire has been to impose its stire will upon the denizens of civilized world. When this card enters play, spawn the Child of Abath epic monster on a random space. At the end of the mythos phase, if the Child of Abath epic monster has been defeated, solve this mystery. Sweet. So that's what we need to do. That's our last thing that we need to do. Okay, here's the Child of Abath epic monster. It has, every time the reckoning happens, the nearest investigator that does not have an illness condition gains 1 illness condition. And its toughness is equal to 6. 4 for the investigators plus 2 is 6. And this actually isn't terrible. We've got 2 really strong investigators. It's just going to be the question of if he's going to spawn by them or not. So we're going to grab a random clue token, and he's going to spawn in Buenos Aires. That's not too far from Leo. Here's our Child of Abath. He is only 1, 2, 3 spaces away from Leo, so Leo should be able to get to him in 2 turns. Sweet. I don't know if he can actually take him out, but man, with that lightning gun, I wish Trish was closer too, because she's got that the Sword of St. Jerome. But look at how far away she is. I don't know if we're going to be able to get over there. Regardless, that was a great round, you guys. I'm excited. Let's jump to the next one.